It's Transformers96 here with another video where I'm going to be talking about some newly shown Marvel Legends figures. So basically we've already seen this wave, but we haven't seen official images. The official images have been put out, as well as it's gone on pre-order on like Big Bad Toy Store. So normally I wouldn't talk about something like this unless it was like something that was exclusive to Comic-Con, where I'd be talking about some of the figures shown from Comic-Con or something like that. However, I think this is a really solid wave of Marvel Legends, and I felt like it was worth talking about. So yeah. So diving right in here to the main course, we have the Build-A-Figure. The Build-A-Figure of this wave is Absorbing Man. This is a Spider-Man themed wave. To me, I don't think of Absorbing Man as a Spider-Man villain. First and foremost, I think of him as a Hulk villain, and then secondary, maybe even a Thor villain. So I don't really think of him as a Spider-Man villain, but I do see how he can be connected to Spider-Man. So overall, I would have liked a more Spider-Man exclusive theme villain. However, this one is fine, and you know, Absorbing Man himself, the character, is actually really unique and cool, so I am happy that we are getting this Build-A-Figure. Unfortunately, size-wise, he's, you know, slightly bigger than your average figure. He's about a Wrecker size, and all of the Wreckers were released as regular figures. None of them were Build-A-Figures, so I am disappointed that we are getting just a regular, basically a regular size figure as the Build-A-Figure. However, they did try to remedy that as giving us multiple accessories with him. So overall, I think that they did this pretty decently. You know, they could have easily just given us this guy and called it a day, but they did actually add some extra accessories in, you know, to make it, you know, more worth your while, basically. So overall, as you can see, he's going to come with two head sculpts. This is one of them. This is just the worst head sculpt they could have sent out for official images. I mean, what is this? Look at this eye. It is super tiny, and the pupil's all the way at the bottom. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is just about the worst looking head that they could have possibly sent out for the official images. Look at that. Absolutely disgusting. I can't believe that they did that, and it's really disappointing. They should have absolutely sent out, you know, the best head sculpt that they could find for the exclusive, for the images. So, but unfortunately, they did send us, or did send them the absolutely terrible head sculpt. Overall, as you can see, you can get a right arm that is wood, because obviously, whatever he touches, he absorbs the material that it's made out of. So his arm is kind of transforming into wood. Obviously, he doesn't come with any wood accessories, so that's a little disappointing. But overall, I think that the paintwork is wonderful. It really does look like they blended the wood and the texture of the skin in very nicely. Same thing over here, where his arm is turning to stone. This side is meant to hold his weapon. This side is just a fist. As you can see, they blended it really nicely, again, looking fantastic. The body sculpt, unfortunately, there's no variant of the body sculpt, so he has to just have his regular skin, and there's no body where like some of it is turning to stone or metal or anything like that. It comes with the striped purple pants, which look quite good, and then some decent boots. And then here's the variant pieces. Basically, you can get an extra head sculpt that is turning to stone. As you can see, he's kind of got a gold eye, and his expression is much more intense and angry and just looking awesome. Then he also has another arm for the left hand that is just completely regular, and then he has a right arm that is turning to metal, which I think looks spectacular. The paintwork, at least in this picture, looks absolutely excellent on that metal changing arm. That's definitely the arm that I'm definitely going to display on his right side, and I'll probably use the stone for the left side, and then use the stone face too, so that he's basically absorbing the metal from his weapon, but on the other side he is like still having some stone, maybe that's just kind of dissipating at the moment. So yeah. Overall, he does come with his weapon, of course. This weapon looks really crappy. The sculpt-wise is fine. I mean, it's just it's taken from the Wreckers. Pile Driver and Thunderball, I think is his name. Both of them came with this ball and chain accessory. Overall, it's sculpted nicely. It just looks really bad. They went with a really plain gray, probably just the gray of the plastic. However, if I do remember correctly, Pile Driver and Thunderball, they're ball and chain accessories are much more metal-like. They're painted really nicely, and they're a dark metal, which I think would perfectly match his arm here. So I will absolutely be giving Absorbing Man the ball and chain from one of the Wreckers, because I don't even have them displayed with it. So I think that's going to look so much better, and it's going to actually look like he's absorbing the texture from the weapon. While here, you know, it's just plain old gray, so it doesn't really quite make sense that his arm is turning into this dark and realistic looking metal. Overall, I absolutely love this arm though, and I do like the variety of accessories that they're giving us with him. You have to buy 7 figures to get all of this, unfortunately, though. If you want to, you can just buy the Spider-Man, which will come with these arms, or you can just buy Morpheus, I think is his name, something like that. And I think my package is here. Hold on a second. Alright, sorry about that. My Elite Series Darth Vader just arrived, so I'm very happy to get that. Back to what I'm talking about here. Alright, so if you wanted to, you can just buy the Ben Reilly, I think is his name, Spider-Man to get these arms, or Morpheus to get these arms. So if you wanted to, you don't have to buy one of those figures to complete the Build-A-Figure. Which, for me, I would like to only buy one of them. However, I don't really care for the Spider-Man figure, but I want the arms that the Spider-Man figure comes with. And I don't really need these arms, but I want the figure that these arms come with. So overall, I'm kind of screwed. I have to get one, and so that's a little disappointing. Plus, the ball and chain, I don't need the I don't need that accessory because I'm going to use the one that came with Pile Driver, but I want Spider-Gwen. So overall, I'm going to have to buy them all, even though I don't necessarily need all the Build-A-Figure parts. But I want the characters because this wave is such a really strong wave. Alright, so now we're going to go down to the actual figures. They have in-package as well as out-of-package images of them. As you can see, we have Beetle here. This is like a woman version of Beetle. The Beetle that I know is a man, but I have seen images of the woman Beetle. I'm not quite sure her relation or connection to him. Overall, this is looking like a really nice figure, though. Looks like it takes a lot of its parts from Wasp. However, I think the torso might be resculpted. As you can see, this detailing here actually looks like it's sculpted there, and it's not just painted. So I do believe that the torso is different, especially since there is like a difference between her skin and the costume there. So I believe that this is a new torso, and obviously this hip section is definitely new. We've never seen anything like that before. But the legs and the arms are probably reused. Head sculpt and torso is different, most likely, and then the wings are reused from Wasp as well. She comes with one of the legs. As you can see, here she is out of package, looking like a really nice figure. Overall, the Wasp figure was excellent. She has great articulation, so this figure looks just as good. I'm very excited for this, and I'm a huge villain fan, especially a Spider-Man villain fan, so any Spider-Man villain, no matter how obscure, I'm always excited to get, so very happy about that. Now here we have the Ben Reilly Spider-Man, I believe is his name. As you can see, just another repaint of Spider-Man. I have to say, I really do love the Spider-Man sculpt, so they have excellent articulation, and this one looks really cool. I'm not quite sure why he comes with a Carnage-style head and Carnage-style hands. If you guys know that, I would absolutely love to know that information because I love Carnage. So if there is some kind of unique storyline where he's somewhat fused with Carnage or something, I would love to know that. But overall, he comes with a really nice array of hands like most Spider-Man figures come with. Pair of fists, pair of web-swinging hands, pair of hands meant for climbing up a wall, and then a pair of Carnage hands, and then a Carnage head. He obviously comes with these 2 arms. Of course, if you want the stone and the wood arm, you don't need to buy this set. You can still build Absorbing Man, and you wouldn't need to buy this, so you can do that if you like. I am pretty happy. I would have expected them to put both right arms with Spider-Man and then both left arms with Morbius, but instead they gave us a right and a left with both figures, basically acknowledging that you don't need to buy them both. So I am quite happy with that. As you can see, here he is on a package. Again, this is not a figure I'm super excited for. Maybe if I learn a little bit more about the Carnage connection, I'll be excited for him. But overall, I love this metal arm so much that this is an absolute must-have. Alright, now we get to the figures I'm most looking forward to in this entire series. It's Jack-O-Lantern. Jack-O-Lantern is, I would consider a B-class, maybe even C-class Spider-Man villain, but it's one that I've always loved the look of. I thought that he looked so unique and cool. I've got a thing for Halloween, so it is awesome to see this type of figure. And what's so great with this is it looks like it is a completely 100% newly sculpted figure, which is so rare. So to get it, and for a character that's not even that big, is really fantastic. The only thing that looks reused with him is his pumpkin bomb. That's the only thing that I think is reused. Going over the official images, as you can see, they went with a very slender body. They might have ideas of how to use that body again, which is usually why they'll resculpt or do a new sculpt for a figure, that they have a couple of other figures that they're going to use it with. However, this really does look like a unique sculpt. The torso looks like it could be reused for any somewhat slim style of character, but these kind of gauntlets here, or his bracelets or the starts of the gloves are very big and very unique to him, as well as the strange straps that he has on his legs. And even, I guess, this zipper here is actually kind of unique. So I think a lot of the pieces of him is a really unique sculpt that I can't really see them reusing very much. And then, of course, the hands are so strange, they'll never use those again, just about. Overall, he looks amazing. I love this badass head sculpt. This is by far the figure that I'm most looking forward to. He just looks freaking awesome, and he comes with a bunch of accessories. You've got a pumpkin bomb, a sickle, and then a broom that he can like fly on. Usually I picture him on like a circular glider, like almost like a plate looking type of thing that's gold, but I haven't really seen him on a broom before, but I think the broom is just a neat idea. And he comes with the leg, of course. Then we have the Morpheus. I'm probably saying his name wrong. It's probably pronounced slightly different. Unfortunately, it doesn't say his name on the box, though, so I can't check. Overall, though, he is looking quite nice, and he does have... this is one of the Spider-Man villains I've never been too fond of. He's just kind of like a weird vampire. However, this looks like a good figure. It looks like it's a lot of reused parts, but with some new ones, including the wings, the face sculpt definitely, and then the collar piece. The hands are probably new as well. So overall, it does look like a pretty unique figure, and I love Spider-Man villains again. This is one that you don't need to buy, though, if you do just want the... a metal and human arm, and you don't want the wood and stone one, then you can just stick with the Spider-Man Ben Reilly one. So you can skip this one if you wanted to and still build the Build-A-Figure. Then we have Speed Demon? Is it Speed Demon? Speedster? Something like that. Overall, this is a villain that I don't really know too much about. I know that he is like one of the ultimate Sinister Six characters, I believe. So that does intrigue me about him. Overall, he looks really cool. I like the smirk that he's got going on. He does come with the hands that are kind of meant for running, which I think is a great choice. And then he comes with a Silvermane head on a toy car. I don't know anything about that, but apparently it has some connection to the comics. Overall, it does look really cool. If you wanted to, you could take the Silvermane head, pop it on a chameleon body, and get yourself a Silvermane figure. So that is a pretty nice custom that you can do. Overall, this is probably the figure other than Spider-Man, this is probably the figure I'm least looking forward to. However, I do like myself a villain, like I said, so it is still one that I am excited to get. Here he is out of package. What a weird looking thing here, but overall the face sculpt actually does look pretty good on him. Then we have Spider-Gwen. This is a figure that I am quite looking forward to. Again, like I said, I don't really want this accessory whatsoever. I've got one that's the exact same thing, but it's much better painted that I'm going to use for Absorbing Man, so I don't need this one to have Absorbing Man's weapon. However, I want Spider-Gwen. J. Scott Campbell does do a lot of art for Spider-Gwen in the comics, and I like his art a lot, so I do like Spider-Gwen in general, and it's just nice to get a unique character like this, plus one that they're giving us two options with. You can have her with the face, with the mask on and the hood up, or you can have just Gwen's head with the hood down. I think that is nice that they're giving us both of those options, and it does seem to be a regular woman body sculpt, which is, you know, a super articulated one from Marvel Legends, so I'm happy about that. Maybe some extra hands would have been nice. I can't really tell what is this hand. Oh, it is. Okay, it's a spider. It's a web slinging hand there. Would have liked some more options like they give us with the Spider-Man figure for the Spider-Woman figure. I think that would have been better. But overall, the Spider-Gwen is looking very nice, and I am looking forward to that one, although not looking forward to the Build-A-Figure piece. Or, yeah, not looking forward to the Build-A-Figure piece. Then we have Venom. As you can see, this is a really nice classic Venom. They didn't go with anything very Ultimate-like. They went with a really nice classic look. I think it's a good idea. They have one where his mouth is closed, one where his mouth is open. He's got his tongue sticking out and all the green ooze is kind of spilling out. And then he comes with a pair of open hands and a pair of fists. Overall, looks like a really solid Venom. It is just a repaint of other muscular body sculpt figures with different hands and different heads. And he comes with both of the Absorbing Man heads. Overall, Venom is looking pretty cool there. And then there is his production image. So overall, this is looking like one of the best waves for Marvel Legends ever, in my opinion. I think that it just looks really like a solid wave. I'm very excited for just about all the figures from it. They have gone on pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store. The first wave will come with 2 of the Spider-Man figures. So this will be the first assortment that will hit retailers. And then after a while, when they do a revision pack, it will have, 2 Venoms. and only one Spider-Man. So overall, I'm very much looking forward to this. Definitely plan to get them all. I hope that Hasbro.com has them so I can just order a case. I prefer to buy my Marvel Legends figures via Hasbro.com. It's just a lot easier than actually trying to hunt them down. Overall, I'm very excited for all of them, and let me know what you guys think. Thanks so much for watching.